Hello lovelies, it's been a while. I'm still battling with the frequencies, is what it is. We are back to wearing fur. Just a little pointer that if anybody is struggling with the lack of sun, which is probably intentional, I would advise to possibly start taking St John's wort now. Normally I wait till October, but as we don't seem to be getting much sun at the moment, it's a good time to get it into your system now so that it will see you through winter. It's recommended for people who suffer with SAD, but you do have to consult your doctor in case it messes with any other medication you're on. So I've done my cards. We're going to ask from the highest level what messages are from the fairies for the collective. This is opportunities. We've just had the 9-9 portal, so that was manifesting energy. Let's see what the energies are today, the messages that want to come through, frequencies, opportunities, gateways, etc. What messages do we have for the collective? What's the energy frequency at the moment? We've got a supermoon coming up, so we're kind of like in the middle of it. It's a good time for releasing. Messages for the collective from fairies. In your own time. Bottom of the deck we have the Star. So what have we got? We've got the 8 of Swords. Now the 8 of Swords can represent feeling trapped. As you can see, she's got this, like the rose bush has bound her way round her, and she feels stuck. The 8 of Swords often represents its mind. So when we have swords, it's all in the mind. So this is thinking that we are stuck in a situation, possibly, you know, the word can't comes to mind when I see the 8 of Swords. I can't get out, I can't move, I can't change my job. But we have to understand that it's a mental state. So that's what's come out for the collective energy at the moment. We'll pick another card, see what comes out with that. Let me just give these a shuffle. Oh. So it's a feeling of being trapped. It doesn't actually mean trapped. It's a mind state. And like I said before, these are opportunities for growth. Where is it that we might be feeling stuck? Where is it that we can change our thought patterns to shift that feeling? For the 8 of Swords, from the healing fairies. Something for the 8 of Swords, for the healing fairies. Friendship. So, glasses. I always do this because I don't wear them all the time. I only need them for reading. So, friendship. Fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. Now, it's interesting that it's a purple, which represents the mind space, the third eye. So again, this feeling of being stuck, and you see the purple there, it represents the mind space. So it's important, it's asking us to reach out to our friends or make connections that could possibly shift us from this feeling. Let's see what else we get. Eight of Swords, friendship. So it could be, Eight of Swords can represent feeling stuck in a job, stuck in a relationship, stuck in, you know, just bound up by stuff, and not feeling like you can move from it. It might be important to reach out to your friends, or you know, put something out there if you want to change jobs. We've got a full moon, a super moon eclipse, I feel, in Pisces. Not for a while yet. Next week? Next week. Pisces is the planet of illusion, delusion, but it's also ruled by Neptune. So, let's have a look. Learning. So again, this could be, I mean, in this card, it's blue. It represents, you know, the throat chakra, speaking out, but learning, expansion. He's looking at the ladybird with curiosity. It could actually mean physically learning new subjects, new ways of being, or learning to change these thought patterns that may be having us feeling like we're stuck. But there's curiosity there. I mean, he's looking at the ladybird, and he's got, you can see his mind, he's got questions going on in his mind. Again, it's a mental state. So he could be saying, you know, what is it I can learn from this feeling, or what is it I can learn that is going to shift me from this Eight of Swords? Now, bottom of the deck, we had the Star card. Now, the Star card, as you can see, she's pouring the water easily. She's got her foot in the water, which is her emotions. And the Star card represents stripping. Normally, the Star card, she's naked. And it's about being vulnerable. It's about stripping down the ego, and saying, this is who I am, these are my vulnerabilities. And when we do that, we open up to have blessings and healing. And the Star card can sometimes represent wishing upon a star. So it's something might be coming in that you've manifested, that you've hoped for. But it's a very positive card to have at the bottom of the deck. We also had temptation. So like I just said, with the Star card, they have, in the Star energy, she has stripped down to nakedness and vulnerability. But with the temptation card there, again, he's wearing this mask. The mask represents the ego. So there could be a bit of temptation around to fall back into patterns, stay stuck in situations that no longer serve us. That feeling of, you know, having the temptation, it's like the Devil card, is like having things put on us where we feel like we can't move. I can't leave because of. But there's a bit of temptation that could be around, the temptation to actually stay stuck in this Eight of Swords. And then bottom of the deck, we've got Guardian. So it's a 4/4 and an 8. This reminds me very much of ships coming in. It's reminding us that we are protected, and we do have guardians that are looking after us on our journey. This is definitely ships coming in, that are divinely guided and protected by our guardians. We all have them. I had a long conversation with my dad last night. Yeah, we talked about, I mean, I didn't get to spend much time with him when he was here, but we talked about how I used to love entering dance competitions and stuff. So friendship, 8 of Swords, representing maybe stuck mentally. Friendships, reaching out and learning, with the Star card at the bottom. Right, give us a bit more on this 8 of Swords. Give us a little bit more on this 8 of Swords. That wants to pop. That is the Chariot. Now that is taking control. As you can see, she's all dressed in blue, so she's very protected. But it's about harnessing the shadow and the light and taking control of both, using both moving forward. So going from a situation of feeling stuck to actually, I'm going to change, just as an example, this dark one could represent a mental thought pattern that is leaving a feeling of being stuck, and then changing it to you know, I am limitless. That's just an example. I feel stuck, I can't, I am limitless, I can. And she has taken control of this to move forward. So the Chariot represents moving forward, and also calling out to friends, you know, especially if it's anything to do with work related or you know, wanting to move or whatever. It's about I'm no longer going to stay stuck in this situation. They've both got exactly the same headdresses on. I don't know if you can see that. There's like these feathers coming out. So that is, I am no longer going to allow myself to stay stuck in this situation or this mental thought pattern. And again, this could be learning to switch that mental chat, or it could actually be physically learning something new to change the outside circumstances, but definitely taking control of the situation, integrating the shadow and the light to move forward. Anything else? 6 of Pentacles. So the 6 of Pentacles is equal balance of giving and receiving. It could also be gifts coming in, so there could be opportunities coming in from friends. But it's definitely, as you can see there, that she's bountiful. She's got her hand full with fruit. She's passing the fruit out. She's feeding the animals, and the animals are giving her pentacles back. This is giving and receiving in equal balance, which is beautiful, but it could represent a gift coming in. But it's the change in thought patterns that has created this 6. 6 of Pentacles. It could also be psychic gifts coming in online. Didn't see that. And the World. So the World is a completion. And as you can see here, the crown represents the crown chakra. So, like I just said, it could be with the 6 of Pentacles that a gift is coming in online, which is, you've gone, the world has turned, you've gone through a whole complete cycle, and boom, the crown chakra has come online. You might be getting downloads, you might be getting dreams, but it's a feeling of completion, and it's a feeling of being on top of the world. That's why their arms are stretched back, and I love this analogy because it's almost like I let go of my need to control. I've surrendered to the cycles of the world, whatever you want to call it, but the cycles I've surrendered to, which could also bring in this Six of Pentacles. When we complete a cycle, often we get gifted, if you like. Hope I'm not shouting too much. I've got earplugs in today. Anything else on this Eight of Swords and the World? That fell on top of the Chariot. So the King of Pentacles. Now the King of Pentacles could either be a father figure, grandfather figure. This is somebody who has worked hard to create a stable and secure foundation. He sits there in this card in particular because he's hosting a party and he wants to make sure that everybody is happy. So it's somebody, or it's asking us to, you know, when we get the masculine of any card, it's about the doing. So it's about putting things in place, getting organised. And he's on top of the Chariot, but it could be either. Where's the Guardian? So you could have actual father, grandfather in spirit looking down, making sure that you get shifted from this place of feeling stuck, or learning how to change that mental thought pattern. Like, I mean, yeah, I dreamt about my dad last night, so it could be guardians coming through. You know, we all have an army of them, as long as we're open to listening and taking the guidance that's offered. And that too fell on top of the Chariot. Now the Seven of Pentacles, sorry, Seven of Wands, I was looking at Pentacles then. So they're putting together a plan. They're deciding what they're going to do next. It could be learning. It could be going back to college, learning something new. But the dragon's having a bit of a rest whilst they make their plans, whilst they get everything in order before they go off on their journey, their next journey. So it's we're still in Virgo season, so it is about getting your ducks in a row, getting all the paperwork in a row. Where are we going? What are we doing? Have we got this? Have we got that? What's the, you know, the logistics of it? But it is a very strong card to keep going. I'm going to put that with learning, because the Seven of Wands is about preparation, getting things done. Oops. Now this is the Knave of Swords is having this bright idea. There's a new spark of an idea. Something might have, news may have come in that was clarifying, but as you can see, she's going to take a leap with this. She's just free falling. Her hands are under her knees. She's not worried about where she falls, because something's come in that is just, I'm going to take a leap with this. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to run with it. And that could be the Chariot. And then we've got the Sun. Now the Sun, as you can see, her head is illuminated again. It's this fiery, I know we haven't got much sun at the moment, but the energy of the Sun is new beginnings, this fiery energy of contentment, happiness. When the sun is shining down on possibly this brand new adventure idea that's come to light, or if this is a change of thought from feeling stuck to letting go of that feeling of being stuck. Also, the sun can represent the birth of, so with the world, and the sun. It's like a brand new beginning as being birthed. That's the child on her lap. And we need to nurture that child. Let's have a look. I think we'll keep going with these for the minute. So there's definitely ships coming in, or guardians. Possible temptation, but the temptation might be to just carry on. You know, when we see the Eight of Swords, it's about feeling like you're stuck in a situation, or mentally stuck in a recurring pattern or cycle, and the temptation could be to carry on wearing that mask, you know, carry on pretending that everything's okay. Anything else? Anything else for the Chariot? Give us a little bit more on the Chariot. Well, that fell on top of friendships. So the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is, I've gone into the dark, I've looked at my shadow, I've worked through what it is that I need to do, and I've come out with this, I've got this amazing new wand. It's like a gift. Again, it's like the Six of Pentacles, which it fell on. I've got this new gift. I'm on fire with it. I'm going to use it in the world. So it could be a business idea, but it also fell out with the Ten of Wands. So that's, I've had enough. You know, it's the straw that broke the camel's back. I've had enough. I'm putting all these responsibilities down. Sometimes the Ten of Wands comes when we've said we'll, you know, we've committed to a lot of things, and then it's just too much. I can't commit to all this, or we get ill, or, you know, something happens. Even if we have accidentally have an accident, we, you know, that's the Ten of Wands saying enough is enough. You need to rest, and put all of these responsibilities down, which possibly aren't yours, and then during that time, we then get this inspirational idea, or this new ability. It might be a healing ability, it might be a writing ability, it's something creative, something that we can use, or a business idea. But it comes after enough is enough. I'm putting this all down. I'm taking a break. Ten of Wands is I'm done. I'm done. And that could be what closes, you know, the wheel out, the world turns, and then the wheel of fortune at the bottom. So when we accept that we may be having or carrying too much responsibility, and that could even be like thought patterns. Like this Eight of Swords could represent this whole matrix idea of, oh, you know, I'm this age, I've got to be this, I've got to do that. This is, you know, these are mental thought patterns that keep us trapped in a state of being that has been programmed. Whereas, and then obviously trying to achieve could be too much. And then the Ten of Wands comes along and says, that's it, enough is enough. Put the dragon down. It's too heavy, it's too much to carry. And then the wheel of fortune shifts, because we've had a shift in our thought patterns. We've integrated the dark and the light, and we've said, no, we're going to move forward. Let's see if we get anything else. else on the Wheel of Fortune? Did I put the Wheel of Fortune down? I didn't. We'll have a little nosy in with, I think, we'll get some more clarification from the Druids, and then go to the Labyrinth Fairies. I feel possibly a message from the angels. And so the Fool. Now, Temperance at the bottom is past, present, future. She's pouring the water. She's not needing to look. She's fallen into the flow, the ebb and the flow of cycles of life. But it can also be about balancing the books. It can be getting paperwork in order. But she knows where she's going. She knows where she's looking. That's the direction she's going in. Everything is in the flow, and she's not needing to look down to see where the water's pouring into the cup. It's all in balance. And then we have the Fool. So the Fool is a brand new beginning. So when we've closed out a cycle, we then start with this new journey, and it's taking a leap of faith. He's going to jump off, but he doesn't actually know what's ahead of him. So it is really 100% trusting in divine guidance from the universe that I've closed out this cycle. The Wheel of Fortune has turned. I have shifted. I've mastered my shadow and my light, and I am taking control of my life. And then we move into the Fool, which is a brand new journey, which also has come with this inspirational idea after a period of heartache. So there could have been some loss. But when I see the Three of Swords, I feel that, I mean, whenever anything ends, closes, we have to go through a period of grieving, and that could be just from, it doesn't necessarily have to be death of a person, it can be death of a way of being. There is a period of grieving, but a broken heart is an open heart, and that's where the Star card comes in and does the healing, because through the heartache, through the pain, is where we grow. It's where we release. It's where we get the chance, when it's, you know, the Ten of Wands, to put the burdens down that possibly aren't ours, that are just expectations that have been put on us. Yeah. So a good idea to reach out to friends at this time. Let's have a look. I really want to get these cards done. I've just got to wait for the right house to write all the poems on them, because there's quite a few cards there. And I want to get the poetry right. If these may just clarify what's already been said, but so give me some more insight on the Eight of Swords and what that may have looked like regarding. So we've got the Sun. So again, it's the child, and his head is illuminated. Something has come to light. Something, you know, everything grows in the Sun, and there's growth here, but it is the child. Normally it's like the woman and the child, but there is happiness. This is this. Pick these two cards up. These two cards represent happiness, glowing. It's an energy of being protected as well. I mean, we haven't had much sun, but you know, it's a very strong energy of that part of us up here in the head that is very much protected by the energy of the sun, even though we can't physically see it. It's a feeling. So Five of Swords, I always say the Five of Swords can represent fuckery. So there could have been a bit of backstabbing going on, a bit of blame game. You know, he's sort of, this one's walking away. There's this feeling of, yeah, it's when people aren't being 100% honest, you get the Five of Swords. Back in the day, especially with these Druid cards, the Five of Swords, if you were caught, if you were living in a village and you were caught slandering somebody, you would either be put in the stocks and have fruit thrown at you, or you'd be banished from the... So that could have been what caused... fell out on the heartache. So that something like that could have come to light, and it may have left... you feeling like, you know, oh, if let's just say it's a job that you've been in for ages, a relationship you've been in for ages, a group of friends that you've had for a long time, it's this mental feeling of, where do I go now? What can I do now? And feeling like there's no way out, but there is. We don't have to put up with that fell out. So yeah, the Seven of Swords and the Two of Cups. So this could have been a relationship. The Seven of Swords, again, used wisely, is the mental agility to be able to suss things out, get a game plan gone. But the Seven of Swords, when I see the Seven of Swords, it normally represents... what's the word? I can't even think of the bloody word. It normally represents... oh God, what? I can't think of it. Anyway, Two of Cups is obviously a partnership. So this could have been a business partnership, a love partnership, pouring into the same cup. These are equal. This could be within ourselves, which is the divine masculine and the divine feminine being balanced out and both pouring into our heart space, which is our cup. But the Seven of Swords can represent mental anguish and manipulation. That's the word I couldn't think of. So there might have been a little bit of that going on. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Three of Swords. Yeah, right, let's keep going. So this could be... Right, so the King of Wands, and he fell out upside down. Again, the King of Wands, any masculine that comes out upside down, is just usually there's been a bit of foul play. So the King of Wands, masculine energy, upright, is he's on fire, he's a protector, he's a magnificent manifester. This one could have been using Seven of Swords tactics in order to gain favour. And then obviously if that didn't work, Five of Swords is a bit of slander, a bit of backstabbing. So this could be why the Eight of Swords has come out. It's this feeling of being stuck, being trapped in, and reaching out to friends about this. So we'll have a little look. Oh. And obviously it got too much. But if it is divine masculine energy within us, it's asking us to flip that back round. And again, that is a change of thought patterns. Something needs to go. Something that's not serving us, that is putting us in this reversed feeling of the King of Wands, Seven of Swords, which is it's mind games. It's not being 100% authentic. It's you know, trying to wiggle your way out of something. The Eight of Swords, again, is a mind something. It's a mind card. It's a sense of feeling trapped when actually that the reality is we are never stuck. So the Prince of Cups, we've got an offer coming in. He's very dreamy. The Prince of Cups could be an offer. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but it can be romantic. It's, I've got this cup and I'm coming in. It's very dreamlike. So we've got the full moon coming up in Pisces. It's got the new moon there. So this could be something that materialised around the new moon that's coming in. He doesn't come in really fast. It's quite kind of slow, steady, little drops of it. But it's up to us to decide whether we want what's in that cup or not, because we don't know what's in the cup. So there's an offer coming in. Could be Two of Cups offer, could be a romantic offer coming in. But we've got the new moon, so it's he either started making his journey on the new moon, or we're going to have to wait until the new moon. But like I say, this when we see the Knight of Cups, it's not always about outside of ourselves. We always have to look at what's going on inside. So we might be actually treating ourselves in this manner. We might be saying, right, I'm going to fill my own cup with, I'm going to do this to serve myself. This is me filling my own cup on my masculine side. Let's see what else comes out. But very heart-centered, very heart space, dreamy, romantic. The High Priest. So the High Priest often represents spiritual teachings, learning. That's what this is. So this could be looking in books about spirituality. It's often when the High Priest comes out, it's about a lesson. And we've got the learning card as well. So we are learning something new about something, or we're going to look to teachers, books, anything. It could also be a gateway. Now this King of Prince of Cups could be coming in as a spiritual lesson. That's what I see when the High Priest comes out, that it's something. And then we've got the Princess of Cups. So like I said, this could be balancing. This is new. This is a new way of being. Now these could be counterparts. So this could be a princess with a new cup and a prince with a new cup. But this also could be inwardly balancing out our divine feminine, our divine masculine in the heart space with something new. Putting ourselves first. So shifting from this Eight of Swords into I fill my own cup first, and I do it from feeling, and then I do it from the way I move in the world. And this is something that I've just learned. I am learning how to do this. And of course that balances out the Two of Cups. But if it is actually a relationship, then it's it's a new relationship, and they've both got a cup each, so they both fill their own cups, and then they both know how to give and receive in equal balance. Beautiful. But again, this is something that's learned, and it could be a change in thought patterns when I see the Eight of Swords. Maybe and then the World again, so that's completion. think, no, I don't have to cover him up because he's covered himself up. So when we see the World card, it's the completion of a cycle. I've completed I've used all my tools, my swords, my cups, my wands. I'm closing this out, and again, this would bring in a divine union based on the heart space. Two of Cups. It's removing any Seven of Swords energy. It's removing any Five of Swords energy. And then Three of Swords at the bottom. So that's twice we've had the Three of Swords. Twice we've had the World. And again, this is heartbreak, but it's that time of heartbreak that it opens up the heart. The reason why this is like this is because it's protection. We have to a broken, and then the King of Pentacles again. So this could be either asking us to step into this frequency of the King of Pentacles, but it's a doing. I have everything I need, and I have enough to give out. I'm going to make plans, solid plans on solid rocks. I'm going to invest in, but I'm doing it from a place of I've invested in myself first. I've got enough to give out. It could be generational wealth coming down, or it could be this guardian that came up earlier, looking out for us. So either in the physical or from the other side, but it is definitely a doing. I'm now going to show up in the world, and I'm going to create this. Magician. I've got all the tools I need to manifest what it is that I want. I'm using my wand, my sword, my cup, and my pentacles. And then the Seven, this is harvest time, the Seven of Pentacles. This is reaping what we sow. I'm going to, she's got the scythe there. She's cutting down what it is that she's grown. So this is keep going, keep doing what you're doing, but harvest time. That's probably why we've got the sun. And now I'm going to look at see what the fairy oracles Brian Freud had to say about the situation. Now these guys say it as it is, but there's the world twice, so there's the completion of and a brand new journey, or if we choose to, this is always a choice. It's not set in stone. This is the opportunity we have at the moment to move forward. But friendship, it's important to, if you're looking for a new job, it's important to ask your friends. Ask, create a circle of friends that are on your wavelength, if you like. The Bright Mother. So again, she talks about it's the birth of. I'm going to read that in a minute, but I'm going to have to cover up because there's boobs on there. I think she's come out a few times now, but like again, September is harvest time. It's when we see the fruits of our labour. The Poet. The Magician, the Master Maker. So that fell out on the Magician, the Master Maker, number 22. This is about using our headspace to manifest. One more. One more. Fairies of the Future, moving forward. And then Lattice, Moons. daughter. So, like I say, we've got that full moon coming up. I'm just going to run through these briefly. Number 16. 16. It's not 16. Is it 16? I can't, yeah. So creativity, nurturing, productivity, intimacy and sheltering. Can we see that? Where's the boobs? There. There we go. So when the bright mother is present, she speaks of a time of fertility, creativity and nurturing ourselves or of others in any kind of relationship. She also speaks of giving one's all to life, not holding back. She's like the cornucopia pouring forth abundance. This may be a time to put the needs of others first, taking care of yourself later. Patience may be needed for the process being discussed. Consider what you have, acknowledge the people and things in your life, good, bad and indifferent. This consideration is not to judge, approve or reject, but merely recognise what is present. These are your present fulfilments, the things you have created for yourself, drawing upon the power of unity in the singers. Once you've looked clearly at what is present in your life, you may want to ask yourself what you want to change. So that kind of makes sense, because that is where the Eight of Swords, that is a feeling of being trapped or stuck. So it's that's about change. We have the opportunity to change anything. We are limitless. This Eight of Swords is a feeling of not being limitless. 29. One day, I might know these off by heart, but they're so in depth. Om the poet. When Om turns up in a reading, his presence suggests that youthful spirits and energy are abound. This is a time to do exciting things and to tackle projects you've been wanting to do for which you perhaps felt you didn't have the time or energy. It may even be the time to write about them, but you probably need to do them first. He often shows up in a reading for people who have a talent, an inclination for writing poetry, adventure, fantasy or anything else. Possibly the only thing he never ever gets very serious about is his writing, and he will spend all the time he needs searching for just the right word. Speaking and writing with conviction and sincerity and the ability to persuade others are indicated by his presence, along with the outpouring of ideas. You may also find yourself thinking about romance and deciding that you want more of it in your life. This doesn't necessarily mean looking for someone new. It might well involve putting some romantic fizz into a relationship that has become routine. But again, with the Knight of Cups and the Princess of Cups, it's about filling our own cup first, but balancing the masculine and the feminine. We could write poetry to ourselves. We could go out and buy ourselves flowers. We could, do all the things that we would want from someone else. What else have we got? Where did the other one fall? Was there any more? There was Fairies of the Future. Where have they gone? I remember seeing them. Okay, so we have the Master Maker 22, which is, it's here, which is divine feminine energy, skill, craftsmanship, magician, moral strength and invention. So this could be having the actual, he's got that wand in his hand. If this is what we want, we have to, one, do the work on the inside, and then two, it manifests on the outside. That's the wrong page. Do whatever you do as well as you can, and then make it even better. The Master Maker reminds us that our very, very best work is always desirable, and in the present situation it is necessary for success. In fact, he asks that we surpass our previous best. Don't cut corners and don't take the easy way. Whether making a thing or fulfilling a concept, be sure the design is elegant, pure and functional, and then follow it, attending to every detail in its turn. He says, design beyond your skill and then raise the level of your skill to fulfill it. Give and accept only the best. And do it with love of your craft, whatever your craft may be. This card speaks of long-lasting achievements, creative problem-solving and confident action. It may suggest cooperation with others, especially from a position of responsibility or of teaching others, of teaching one's craft to others. Success comes from practical application of traditional principles in life and at work. And that's what the King of Pentacles stands for. Practical, traditional principles. He's trustworthy. He does what he says on the tin. And then fairies of the future, which is 33. Do I have to cover up any of these? No, I think they're all good. Where are we? There we are. These are the fairies of a bright future and are essential companions on our journey. When these fairies appear, it is time to consider where we have been and where we wish to go. There are many opportunities and many potentials, but we must choose a path and then take realistic, practical steps to bring the desired future into being. This is not a time to wait for things to come to us, but to step forward boldly to meet them. We may do this alone if we wish, or in the companies who share our goals and dreams. Beautiful. So again, they've all sort of pointed in the right direction of this is a mental state of being, Eight of Swords. It's I can't, when we can change our thought patterns and say I am limitless. We can change that feeling of being stuck, and we can manifest whatever it is that we want, but it's something that we need to learn to do. Right, I'm going to close with a rose. Might get a spirit animal out. Let's just see what spirit animal we've got for today. Do love these. Spirit animal of today. Are they? Oh, they're all upside down. Oh well. So we have Wolf, Pathfinder. Release your past and start a new journey. Well, that's it. We've got the Chariot, the Fool, two lots of the world, learning, and the Sun card. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. How beautiful is that? And I'll close with a rose. Are they up the right way? Yeah. Are we ready? This an insight from the roses. There we go. Fell on the floor. Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion in humanity. Excuse me, that's quite beautiful. And then at the bottom of the deck, plant yourself here, integration, embodiment and grounded action. I love you lots. I hope this is good for you.